think we're good.
Gavin.
And I'm Stephen, and our group was tasked with attempting to answer the question of non-sustainable agriculture at Heritage Academy in Ghana, and how we can improve the non-sustainable agriculture to make it more sustainable. So I'm going to give you a brief background of Ghana, and so Ghana has a diverse climate system with 2 wet seasons and 2 dry seasons. They can get average per year, they get 80 inches of rainfall. And in the dry seasons, their temperatures can exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit, where it averages throughout the year from 79 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of this diverse climate system, there are crops that are failing, and because of the crops failing, it can lead to malnutrition. It can be as much as, okay.
Okay. So the hot weather in Ghana can make it hard for farmers to grow crops during the dry seasons, and over 50% of Ghana's workers are farmers. But since the farmers usually only have about half a year to grow crops because of the dry seasons, it makes it hard for them to make enough money to feed their family and have money left. And it's predicted by 2050 that 105 of every 162 people will be malnourished because of this. So our solution is that since Ghana's average rainfall is about 80 inches per year, we're going to make a self-sustaining farming system using aquaponics, which is basically where we reuse water that's in a tub that has fish that supply nutrients to the water to help grow the crops. And on the sides of the crops, we're going to have bamboo gutters that collect rainwater, and this is going to help people reuse water, and it's going to make farming in general easier because the crops won't be relying just on rain, so we can grow crops during dry seasons.
So we'll be using the bamboo as gutters because it's very sturdy, and it's also less porous. It's much less porous than hardwoods as well, and it also soaks up less bacteria, so it won't rot as easily. And bamboo is also very common and is a natural resource. And these gutters will help collect rainwater that runs off the roof. And bamboo is also very easy to replace, so if the gutters break in some way, since it's very common, parts of Ghana, like I said, it'll be super easy.
So in addition to the bamboo gutter system, finding native crops that are high in nutrition was another major part of our solution. So currently there are many investments in low nutrition foods such as corn and maize, and this has contributed to a double in obesity globally in the past 30 years, and a large increase in health-related illnesses such as diabetes and heart disease. So during the 2 rainy seasons, we plan to plant fonio, which is a fast-growing millet that grows well in savannas, and moringa, which is a versatile tree that provides pods, seeds, and leaves, and is also capable of purifying water. And then in the 2 dry seasons, we plan on planting teff, which is an ancient grass that is famous for growing in extreme climates and its high protein content, and cowpeas, also known as black-eyed peas, which is a legume that is highly drought resistant and has multi-purpose leaves that can be eaten as a vegetable.
So this solution will help ensure that students at Heritage Academy eat at least 1 meal a day, and it will also educate them on farming techniques. And this will also provide nutritious meals for them to keep them healthy. And if they get enough food, or are healthy, they will be more eager to learn. They will also be in a better mood throughout the day, and this will help them grow, and they will also have an easier time like paying attention in class.
So one of the papers that you have in front of you is our budget. So if you can look at that on the front, on the first page in the budget packet, you have the material cost, which is the bulk of our expenses. So one of the most expensive things that you're going to see on there is the DC pump. And we plan on using the DC pump to take the water, the nutritious water, from the aquaponics tub where the fish are up to a higher tub where there are no fish, so that we can use a gravity-fed system for the water to flow through some more bamboo and water the plants. And one of the other things you'll notice on there is the shade cloth. And the shade cloth will be used as instead of a greenhouse. So a greenhouse locks in the heat and moisture to help grow plants. Since they already have lots of heat in Ghana, our plan is to prevent sunlight from coming in, but still allow some to come in to grow plants. So our final expense turned out to be a little bit over $2,000, which is clearly more expensive than the $500 budget. But we plan on applying for another grant to help cover some of our funds. Thanks for listening. Any questions? Mr. Chair?
John, can you explain where the fish come in? And maybe I didn't hear.
Okay. So what the fish do is the fish excrement gives nutrients to the water, so it'll add some nutrients to the plants because of the more nutritious water, which will be water plants.
And then also, if they overpopulate one tank, we plan to hopefully either make another, or they can be used to feed more kids in Heritage.
You'll harvest the fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So I noticed you had the same subtotal as the total. Do you guys not, when you're ordering, do you not pay like tax or shipping on it?
those costs were, I don't believe they were, the shipping costs, a lot of them could be shipped free via like Amazon Prime and other like shipping. If you pay enough money, it gets shipped free. And there weren't too many labor costs because the budget.
So we plan on having the students in the senior trip next year. They would be the ones that would help implement our plan. So we wouldn't have too many extensive labor costs towards helping create our system. The only labor costs we would have is installing the solar panels, so we could have a professional do that.
I'm going to comment on the solar panels. The solar panels are the backbone of the aquaponics system for us because we have to have the DC pump. And the reason that we chose a DC instead of AC is because when you have a solar panel, the power that comes out of the solar panel is direct current. And it would be more expensive to have an inverter and then have to change that DC to AC, and we're already over budget, so it wouldn't be a tangible idea. So with the solar panels, that'll give some money, that'll bring some money back because of like federal, I'm not sure how the federal, the ways in which when you have solar panels, if you get grants from the state, or the country rather, if you get grants from the country, I'm not sure if that's a thing in Ghana, but I'm assuming it is, so that would cover some of the costs for the solar panels, and over time, the solar panels would pay for themselves. Isaiah.
Like, I get why you're saying that you want to use the DC current, but it seems like the AC would probably like be a little bit more useful. And like so like because like the outlets that we have in the walls, those are basically they have converters in them to convert the AC to DC. So I don't know if it would be more difficult to convert the DC current to the AC.
It would be more expensive because you would need an inverter, but also because we're having a DC battery which will store the electricity because it's best to water the plants at night. So the pump is DC, the battery stores DC electricity and then emits DC. It's all direct current and it's better that way and cheaper that way.
Plus, we're not like pumping the water a long distance.
Yeah.
We're pumping up maybe a meter, so we won't need very high voltage
We
pump.
just need 12 volts.
Just really need 12 volts to get it from one container to the other container.
Lauren?
If you harvest it, won't it spoil?
I can answer that one.
Well, if you
That wasn't our problem, so.
well the Danielle.
What if he, like, how would the senior class who doesn't have much experience with that, how would they be able to implement it without really knowing what they're doing?
You see, so we planned to, along with the seniors, send a volunteer who is educated in our solution to help teach the teachers at Ghana to more greatly understand our system, to know how it works. And after that, we plan for the teachers to teach the students, so this can eventually become a work job, so that they can